Welcome to my channel. So I made a pattern about this particular dress. It's on my channel. The link is going to be in the description box, and please go and watch that. And this particular video is going to be about how to join and sew this dress. Now I am just joining my piece with my interface, and I am pressing my iron on that, and once I am done, I cut off all the excess. I joined the center front and the two sides of my front, as you can see. So here's one thing I tend to do. Once I iron my interfacing on my fabric, I tend to sew at the very edge all around, so as to hold my fabric to my interface. That is what I did. So now I would place my side to the front, and I would sew by half inch all the way to the bottom. Sew by half inch all the way to the bottom. Once you do that, place the other side of the front and sew all the way by half inch to the bottom. Now you're going to go on and do the same thing on your lining. Place the sides to the front and sew by half inch all the way to the bottom, just like that. Now for the back, place the center back on the side and sew all the way to the bottom. Place the other center back zip part to the back and sew all the way to the bottom, like so. And also for the lining, you're going to do the same, exactly the same thing you did for the back. Now moving on, once you're done sewing the front and the lining, now join your lining to the front, and we're going to be sewing at the top by half inch all the way around to the other side. Place your back and sew all the way to the other side. And once you're sewing, you're going to leave a space in between the joining. You're going to see what I mean by that. Now also join the armholes to the fabric for the front and the back. Now I've gone on and sewn my straps, and I sewed the good sides together. Now just insert your pin, and we are going to turn it inside out, just like I am doing. Now I just turned my strap, and when I said insert, leave a hole in between the stitches, this is what I mean, so as to insert your straps in between your fabrics. Now once you insert your straps, you're going to sew that closed. Once you do that, take a notch all around now. For that cuffed part, what I usually do is I take a straight notch and I take sides notch like a V, and I continue notching again. When you take your notches, make sure you do not go close to your stitch. Now next thing you do is you're going to sew, and make sure you open up your lining as you sew along, and sew at place your rough seams on your lining and sew just like that, and sew it down. Now once you're done, you can as well go on and sew at the top of your fabric at the very edge. Now I'm just marking out the seam allowance of my zip, and once I am done, I would measure the length of my zip and go upwards by 1 inch, and I mark there, and I would sew all the way down. Now just go on and insert your zipper. Once you're done pinning, just sew all the way straight to the bottom and close the top with your lining. Now turn your lining in such a way that the good sides of your lining is facing the bad side of your zipper. Now we're going to sew that all the way down. Once you do that, you should have it looking like this. Now I am going to go on and do the same to the other side of the zipper. Now moving on, insert your strap at the back, the whole of the back, and we're going to sew that closed at the inside. Now it's time to join the sides together. Place your front and back together and sew all the way down. Once you're done marking your side seams, sew all the way down, and you do the same to the lining. I will join it this way and sew all the way down, and I will do the same on the other side. All I did was separate the fabric from the lining, and I sewed the fabrics together, and I sew the linings together, good sides together. It's very easy, guys. You guys can try it out, and it's so easy. It's really nothing. Now next thing I did was I placed my lining to my fabric and I sewed all around it. Now I am going to be using this fabric for the gathers for my design, and I cut my hip times 4. My hip times 4, that is what I have right here, this long. And what I would be doing is I use this needle already threaded, and I would place it into my fabric and I would start gathering this way. And I will do that all the way around. Once I am done, I will start joining it to my fabric, good size together, and I would pin all the way around. Once I am done pinning, I would also sew it all the way around. And make sure you arrange your gathers as you go, and sew all the way around. Now once you're done, you have your dress looking like this. See you in my next video, guys. Thanks for watching. Cheers.